Yo, what is up? Michael Schreiber here, and we are on day 11 of the 0 to 30K challenge, and man, we're still not generating any revenue. So, there's that, but we are learning some pretty good stuff, and it's just proof into the systems and the frameworks that we're trying to develop. The other thing too is I am not leveraging as many sources of lead generation as I could be. I've kind of been all in on ads for the most part, which they do take time to learn and especially develop and have creative to test out, and so I keep thinking about it, and it's like, well, number one, not everybody is gonna have, when they're starting out, is gonna have a subcontractor that they can go get content from, and so you really have to utilize some of these boots on the ground methods, we did do some door knocking. One of the other things I think we'll do is hop on Nextdoor and just search for people that are looking for a concrete recommendation, just to keep momentum going, because we are getting a couple leads. We're getting a couple quotes from those leads from the Facebook ads, but man, they're still learning. And when you're doing direct marketing like that, you really have to have the brand that supports it so people know, like, and trust you. And we're just not doing projects. So it's difficult to create some of that content that ideally I would create, which I do have a YouTube video on that. If you want to go check that out. I think it's called actually, I don't even know what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. But I think it's content for hardscapers specifically, but you could apply it to any industry. So maybe I'll remake that for, just more generic stuff. But so yeah, it's confirming more and more with me what the whole Wealthy Contractor framework is about. And honestly, it's expanding what the idea of it is, right? Because, Wealthy Contractor is just a label, right? It's an identity, but there's so much within that. There's branding, there's systems, there's marketing, lead operations, and then once we get revenue generating, now it's okay, finance, right? And then it's, building team, continuing to, build the team, running payroll, HR, contracts, all these different things. And so, you guys are just coming along with this journey, and I need to be graceful with myself that we're not going to experience everything this first 30 days, and just be able to continue to document what's going on here. But it is fun for me, man. It's really challenging me in a lot of different ways, especially having the marketing agency as well, just balancing all of these things out and, balance, right? There is no such thing. And so just really looking at okay, is my time management as good as I thought it was? Is my task and project priority as good as it was? Do I have the right people, in the agency as well that are able to kind of step in and really, take ownership of certain things? And so, yeah, we're having to hire more people and go through that. And it's stressful, man. I mean, there's already blood, sweat, and tears in all of this. So we're having fun though. I'm super confident I'm still confident we'll hit that 30K mark, but we're just building a lot of really foundational stuff right now, developing some good habits, and just learning, growing, documenting. So hopefully you guys are getting something out of this, learning something. And again, we have the free Wealthy Contractor community. I feel like God has freely given gifts to us, things that we can understand more simply than others and really break down and, regurgitate back to people. And so I feel like I should be freely giving that, and obviously there's things that I charge for, right? If you're a concrete company, you're not going to go out and freely do concrete, but it is giving back in specific ways, maybe you have the gift of sales and experience, right? So when you're going out and you're quoting those people, you're freely giving that out to brighten someone's day, and in return, you get the reward and the benefit of, closing more high quality projects and just people that are fun to work with. So I don't know, it's just a random example, but anyways, that's what I feel with having something that is a super teachable skill. And it just it really just pulls on my heart. I don't know, to just help people with this stuff. So I'm going through it, man. We're going through the trenches. Anyways, this is already the longest intro, I think. So we'll see you guys as the day continues on. We have one quote today. We're going to be driving out. I got a team meeting with my managers for the agency. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's generate some revenue. Yo, so we are heading to this quote. And while we are heading here, we've got Ryan over here doing on my phone here in the Nextdoor app, which I'm sure some of you guys probably know about this strategy. We're also going to do this strategy on Facebook, but it's basically on Nextdoor, it's easier because your neighborhood is essentially your private neighborhood group. And so you can just go in there and look for people that are asking for recommendations for a contractor in your specific industry. And then you just go on there, and I comment as myself and just say, hey, I'd love to come out and get you a quote. They're fewer and further in between, those sort of things, but it is nice to just use that as just generating any additional work, right? Like the first time we did that was, man, I think like 2017 was the first time I did that. So it's something that works to really get stuff going. And especially this time of year, you know, in spring, there should be a lot of that. And then so doing that on Facebook, the concept is just joining the groups of like, you know, like I live in Brighton, so I would join like Brighton neighborhood group or whatever. In any other, you know, city that's around like that, or, you know, Brighton moms groups, whatever, right? Have my wife join those. And you'll just watch out for, you know, and the cool thing is once you start doing that, once you start interacting on posts that are specific to, you know, for me, like concrete, Facebook's algorithm is gonna, anytime I'm on the app on my timeline, it's gonna start showing me all of the posts in the group that in all the groups that I'm in that are asking for like a recommendation for something either exactly that or similar. So that's the cool thing about Facebook's algorithm with that. So as you continue to put in the reps on that, it'll just be more and more. And it works the same just as like a recommendation. And then you can do like, depending on the group, you can try and do like really kind of incognito self-promotion. You have to be super careful, you know, with how you're doing that, because you'll probably get kicked out pretty quickly in some of them. So yeah, but those are just some extra lead generation things that we're looking to do. We'll probably go around and pass out some more flyers. I think we forgot the flyers. So we'll just stand on the corner and just like probably paint the words concrete quote on our chests and see what happens. No, I'm just playing. Ryan's got the flyers, so we'll probably go try and hand out some of those as well. And just keep grinding, man. Just keep looking, searching for that first close. So we'll keep you guys updated. All right, so it is the end of day 11 and we got a quote tomorrow, so I'll count tomorrow as the end of the week. So we'll see how the week ends up, but just getting momentum, and I'm still hopeful, hopefully to a I don't know if it's to a fault or not, of just like the compounding effort that all of this will have by the end of the month. And if not, you know, whatever, right? Like we're still building a solid brand that will produce on the ad side. Unfortunately, we're not able to get Google ads going yet because our Google account is suspended, and I got an email today about that actually, and they denied the appeal, which is super annoying. So we're gonna have to try and figure that out too. If not, we'll just try to make a different one or something. But yeah, so unable to get like, you know, it'd be nice to do like local service ads and honestly just have a Google business so that we can, you know, keep pushing that. And then obviously once we get some jobs, start pushing reviews. So a little unfortunate on that side of things. I am still super confident that we'll end the month pretty well and just keep going. I edited up some new voiceover AI ads today. So doing like a driveway replacement ad in specific areas, and then just have like an AI thing doing like a voiceover to just like quick pitch or whatever. So we'll see how that works. It might be a little too short, but I'm hoping that the shortness of it can get like a, you know, like really quick responses. So we have a quote tomorrow, and then we're just going to keep grinding. We're going to keep plugging away, doing what we can, and just going for that first closed deal so we could just keep getting the reps in. And yeah, I mean, either way, we're still going to document everything. It's not like we're just done with this company after 30 days. We're still going to scale and grow the company. It's more of just like a challenge, like, hey, can I build basically this thing from scratch to 30K? And maybe I do, maybe I don't. So we're going to find out. But yeah, we went out today. We had a good quote. Guy was like super talkative. He's an older guy, you know, seems to kind of want to like procrastinate it a little bit, but it's all good. You know, he's still going to be in the email nurture sequence. So if he does procrastinate it, like we'll be the ones, you know, following up with him like that. So confident that we would be the one to close that. Yeah. You know, just trying to generate some opportunities. We did hop on Nextdoor. We hopped on a real estate investors group to see if we can maybe try and partner with a couple real estate, like people that flip houses and maybe they need a driveway replaced or something, and we could be the ones to do that. So just trying to get creative at this point, you know. These are all things that like you should be doing from the beginning that just compound and stack over time. You know, imagine like 3 months from now, 6 months from now, like how different all of this is going to be. And I'll continue to record this until, I don't know, until I can't, I guess. But yeah, it's just going to be cool to see the progression and the continued effort, and probably won't do daily videos like this or 2 days in a row as some of them have been, because it's really freaking hard. Like it's nighttime here now. I like forgot to do a little checkout, but I'm having fun, man. I like seeing all this get momentum. I like seeing all the comments. I've seen some of your guys' comments like really thanking me for the help, and same thing with the group too, of like getting really good feedback of just like the depth that we're going in the group. And it's because people are not doing that. Everybody, I have a lot of marketer friends. I've got a lot of friends that coach. A lot of our clients have turned into marketers or coaches, and so you can always like sniff it out, right? Like people they're just about the money, and they say like people that pay attention, or like you won't take it seriously if you don't pay. And dude, there's already people that are not paying and getting a lot out of it. And it's just a matter of like, the reason that people aren't paying attention to your stuff because they haven't paid is because they're not as invested in that. If your content sucks, then they have no reason to pay attention, right? And so they pay and they feel like they have to pay attention, right? Even if it sucks. And so doing it for free is a really great test to whether or not your stuff is good, right? Because like, look at guys like Alex Hormozy. You think he's sitting over there saying people that pay attention, and while he's running $200 million worth of portfolio companies and just creating very valuable content for people for free, like, I don't know. So anyways, the reason I'm like thinking now, I'm like, yeah, he does offer like the in-person stuff now, but it's because he can, right? Because he gives away so much free stuff that people are like, hell yeah, I'll give you $5,000 for a weekend to just see how you can help. Anyways, all that to say, you'll pay attention to what you pay attention to. You pay attention to quality. You don't pay for your freaking Facebook or Instagram or social media, and you still pay attention to that. So man, this was not supposed to be having anything to do with that, but I think they're good, valuable lessons. And so anyways, if you're getting some out of this, please keep commenting, keep liking, let the haters know. It really helps me out getting, more this stuff out to more and more people. And yeah, if you have any questions, you want any, direct feedback, advice, or things answered, or videos you want to see, just let me know. Hit me up in the comments, follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM. Happy to chat. And yeah, if you're not in the Wealthy Contractor group, get the heck in there, because it's going down, dude. So have a good night. Yo, all right. So day 12 of the 0 to 30K challenge. We had an estimate this morning, but she texted earlier, about an hour ago, which was fine. It was like 3 hours before the appointment. Her husband got called into work, so he's like knows what they want and all that. So we'll see about maybe getting over there later today, she said. But the good news is the Facebook ads got one more lead this morning, and we had a lead come in from the flyers that we sent out. And so we had some automations and attribution for that, so we know exactly where that person came from. So we have like a complete different landing page and form for that, so that we know like this person came from the flyer. And it's probably like 5 minutes from my house over here. So we tried to get it in for today, but we called them instantly, and they're going out. It's Saturday, it's the weekend, so they're taking the kids to the amusement park. But we have them locked in for Tuesday at 10:30, so that's really good. And yeah, so what I'm doing now today is obviously we're gonna work any leads that come through. We'll give them a call and try to get them booked. But what I was doing as well was really doing like ad management. And so it's very clear that our winning ads seem to be the voiceover video ads. So, like the graphic ad has spent $55.90 and it has generated no leads. We have that only at $25 a day. So I don't know if that's affecting it. It really shouldn't, because the video ad has spent $55.55. So nearly the same amount, and it's produced 3 leads. And I think all 3 of those have booked, maybe 2 of the 3 actually. One just came through this morning actually, and we haven't booked him yet. So either way, that's the other thing that I did this morning too, is I actually put in an automation that shows us what campaign they came from. because we have like, source of like, we know they came from Facebook or Facebook form or Facebook message or Facebook call. But when we're testing a lot of ad creatives, it's really important. I mean, and we can see it on the ads manager, what ad they came from, but inside high level, so we don't have to have like a salesperson go into the ad account or anything like that. I basically just set it up so that when it comes in, it'll pull it'll pull the UTM of like what the ad was. And so that we know like, hey, this was from this ad or that ad. So they know as well too, right? Like, oh, they came from the driveway replacement ad or whatever. So anyways, yeah, they're just kind of doing a few little back end things. I've got all leads are going to Ryan now. We have him, I think he's, he booked the one for today, for Tuesday, actually, the one that came in from the flyer. So they're all going to him now. And so he'll work them, he'll book them. We're still booking to my calendar unless he books someone that's like way further south. So, that's super helpful. That helps free up some of my time to, focus on this back end stuff, right? Instead of having to spend my morning like calling all these people, I'm able to come in and, hop on the computer, make sure that, attribution's right, mess with the ads. I did up the budget for the one that produced 3 leads for $55 was only spending 25 a day because it was still in the learning phase. So we had 4 different ads, a couple different ad sets too. I think we were at 3 different ad sets, 1 campaign, 3 different ad sets, and then 4 different ads. And they were spending between $20 to $40 a day. So I cut the ones that weren't performing. We had one that spent 165, got 1 lead, one that spent 139, that got 1 lead. Those were both graphic ads. So now I'm even like, holy cow, how important is it for, just video in general, right? Like we've been in this like content currency, environment. And now on ads, it's like your ads aren't even performing if you're not like, if you're not displaying the content the way that people want to receive content, then you're going to fall behind, right? And hopefully this is a good lesson to a lot of you guys that, are putting that off, right? Putting content off, not making it enough of a priority to just shoot a quick 60-second video. It is literally going to ruin your business, right? Like, sure, you can live off referrals eventually and, build something like that, but if you are not growing, then not only are you holding yourself back, you're holding your team back, but eventually you're just going to decline. You're going to disappear. And so you have to have paid ad strategies, and paid ads on social strategies include having the right kind of content. And we're just learning that more and more each and every day. So honestly, I'm probably going to cut all graphic ad. I might do like 1 retargeting, like straight to website kind of thing, just to have it, like engagement kind of thing, and get traffic to the website to feed the pixel to then retarget with video on Facebook. But honestly, I think I'm just going to keep scaling up these video ads. They seem to be working pretty well. So I'll be recording a video in the group. I don't have one on how I did the video ad. It's like an AI voiceover, like the voice is AI. I'll probably next week, maybe today if I get to it. I don't know. I have to go till the yard today. We got our tractor, and so I'm looking forward to that. It's like therapeutic, man. But either, today or next week, I'll record that video so you guys can expect that in the group, how I'm making those, because that's what seems to be working right now. And that's what I've promised, right? Is to just show you guys what we're doing and what seems to be working. And so that's great. Yeah. If these are cranking and working, and we're just going to keep upping it so that we get more reps of quotes, right? I think we've only sent out 2 quotes. Yeah. I think we've sent out 2 quotes at this point, right? And so we've been on 2 quotes. So we've sent out 2 quotes. We've gotten about, I want to say like 5 leads total. Only 5 leads so far, because we're just testing a ton of stuff to really see what's working in our area. And I think we're getting there of cracking the code. And so then we're just going to up the ad spend and just get more reps in. So I'm looking forward to it. Like it can be absolutely defeating, and I get it. And it just gives me more and more compassion for the people that we work with, the people that we have worked with in the past, and just all of you guys that are out there just grinding. I get it. And I am working on just continuing to build systems and ops for you guys that are helping me, with this, right? And again, I have a whole whole other business to run, right? And technically two, right? Because we have the agency and then we have like Wealthy Contractor itself is a business. It's under Fuse Media, but it's a whole other brand, right? That I have to manage and run and operate. And there's tech that needs to be built out and there's courses that need to be built out. And even though it's all free, right? It's still a business and a brand that needs to be run. And so everything that I'm doing in the contracting company is for optimizing my time, right? Like I have to make sure that every single activity that I am doing is a revenue generating activity. I cannot waste time with it. And so with that being said, that allows me to help build out like really great systems for you so that like you're not wasting time with that stuff either. And actually now I'm looking at this paper on my on my counter here, and that's the other thing we have to do today. Our son's birthday is like next week, or I think like 2 weeks. I'm gonna go till the yard. I'm gonna update the budget on one of the ads, and then yeah, we're gonna go get a mattress and hang out. And if any leads come through, I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, enjoy your weekend. Join the group. Yeah, peace out.